It depends where you are across the mid-state. We're going to run down the timing of when temperatures are going to drop to freezing and then thus below after that point coming up in just a second. For now, though, we're just barely above freezing. That means mostly rain across the mid-state. We're still anticipating that transition to freezing rain gradually as we head through the day. Looking outside right now, it's just wet, cloudy, cold, damp in downtown Nashville. Our forewarned live radar shows the heaviest rain off to the east and southeast of downtown Nashville, off and on showers moving through the metro still. Heaviest rain in DeKalb County, Cannon County, Rutherford County, northwestern Bedford County right now. To the northwest, where temperatures are coldest, you're not seeing really much precipitation. Maybe a little bit of drizzle, and that has a chance to freeze on contact. But all of these areas that are below freezing right now, there's just nothing happening. That's good news for the moment. However, there's more rain on the way, and it's going to freeze as it falls into that sub-freezing air. Look at the size of the storm system. And again, we do have that dry patch of weather that descends back into West Tennessee, but there's more rain developing down in Mississippi. There's plenty of frozen precipitation back into Arkansas, Missouri, and all of this is going to surge up towards us. And so while you're starting off without any of that freezing rain in Hopkinsville, in Clarksville, in Paris, and in Murray, it's on its way later on this morning already. Temperature stands at 37 degrees in Nashville, 38 in Murfreesboro. Still, it's bumped up to 1 degree above freezing in Clarksville, exactly freezing in Hopkinsville, and there's colder air back towards Paducah, and that is going to be barging in as we head through the morning. When you're right at freezing, you can still get by without major ice accumulations, but when you're down to about 30 or so, that's when it really starts to add up, especially on anything off the ground, you know, the street signs, on tree branches and power lines, particularly on bridges and overpasses as well. Dropping to 32 degrees within the next hour or so in Clarksville. It's going to happen gradually across the mid-state. The freezing line won't be quite to the metro area yet at noon. It'll happen between about 4 and 6 o'clock this afternoon, and the transition to freezing rain will be ongoing at that point, potentially for the evening commute, but that's not set in stone. This is a very tricky system because it just matters a little 5 or 10 mile wiggle in the storm track. It's going to have a big impact on how much ice adds up. Here are the advisories. We have a winter storm warning in effect for Todd County to the west in southern Kentucky, half-inch of ice accumulation plus sleet and snow on top of that. Ice storm warning from Clarksville to Waverly to Decaturville, points west of that. Ice accumulations up to a half-inch, just not quite as much sleet and snow on top of it. Winter weather advisory includes the metro area basically along and west of I-65. Ice accumulations, I'm thinking less than 1/10 of an inch of ice in Nashville. I don't think this is going to be a high impact event in terms of what you see outside in the metro area, but it still could produce some slick conditions, especially on bridges and overpasses for the metro. Thing is, another round of freezing rain is on the way tomorrow night into early Sunday, and that could add up to a bit more for the metro area. We'll talk more about that coming up in just about 5 minutes. Let's take a look at what's happening out there this morning. No severe weather, just some garden variety showers. I don't think we're going to hear any rumbles of thunder yet today. Just plain old pitter-patters of raindrops on the rooftop and on your windshield as well, including the most numerous raindrops in southern Kentucky and northwestern Middle Tennessee, in Stewart County, especially Montgomery County. Some showers just passed through Clarksville, Christian County into Todd and Logan counties, and even into Simpson County and up into Warren County, Kentucky as well. Around the metro, it's lighter activity, but there are still probably going to be at least a few sprinkles on the windshield as you're heading out for the morning commute. Don't think it's going to be a big impact yet this morning. Could have a greater impact with some more scattered showers developing by the evening commute. Looking outside right now, still dark because we're still more than a half an hour away from sunrise, and we're not going to see a whole lot of sunshine today. A lot of cloud cover overhead blocking that sunshine. You can see the skies brightening just a little bit on the various cameras. No drops in the camera lens just yet. The day's rain is going to be light. It's definitely going to be rain. No wintry weather with this system. Temperatures are very warm. 56 degrees in Nashville, also 56 in Gallatin, 55 Murfreesboro, 58 degrees in Waverly is the warm spot. Keep in mind, the average high temperature for today is 48. We're already almost 10 degrees above that, and we're going to keep warming up as we head through the day in between those off and on showers. The computers are trying to produce a few breaks in the clouds every once in a while. I'm not too optimistic about that, but we can hope for a couple glimmers of sunshine. Off and on rain, nothing real heavy, but an occasional burst of moderate rainfall, especially in southern and eastern Middle Tennessee during the afternoon. A little break for a while this evening. Tonight, we're going to be watching areas to our northwest. There's going to be scattered off and on showers still in the mid-state, gradually lifting to the north as another wave of warm air moves up towards us. Our temperatures won't drop much at all. Here's the heavier rain out to our northwest by midnight. We'll switch computer models and take a look at this as we head through the night and into tomorrow. The rain is going to be heaviest to the northwest of Nashville, just barely. It's already going to be falling in northwestern Middle Tennessee, the western half of southern Kentucky tomorrow morning, and it's going to keep raining for most of the day. This is where we have some flooding concerns. So if you live in a flood-prone location in northwestern Middle Tennessee, in the western half of southern Kentucky, or near the Tennessee River Valley, Valley. That's where you're going to have to keep an eye on those water levels through the day on Saturday. Then the severe weather potential arrives. This particular computer is pushing it into the Tennessee River Valley already by 6 o'clock in the evening. This is kind of the earliest possible arrival time. Again, this computer model is moving it into the metro area around 9 o'clock in the evening and then rapidly pushing things to the east. That line of severe thunderstorms moving towards the Cumberland Plateau by midnight tomorrow night and then out of here entirely by 6 o'clock on Sunday morning. Again, that's the earliest computer model. The slowest one is about 6 full hours slower. It doesn't move that line of thunderstorms into the metro area until about 2 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning. So that's a substantial gap in between the fastest and slowest possible scenarios with this weather system. So let's break everything down and show you the possible arrival times for the worst of the severe weather. Again, you're going to have showers and thunderstorms northwest of Nashville all day on Saturday. The worst storms are going to happen between 6 p.m. and midnight for western middle Tennessee, between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. for the metro area and up and down I-65, a little bit later between 11 o'clock in the evening and 5 o'clock in the morning Sunday for eastern middle Tennessee. What types of severe weather? With that line of thunderstorms, and we are included in the elevated threat area for severe weather. We're always mainly concerned about strong straight line winds out of a line of thunderstorms like that, but within the line, occasionally you get little spin-ups of isolated tornadoes. We're going to have to watch for that, and of course heavy rain is going to be a problem in northwestern middle Tennessee as well. Greatest threat of severe weather isn't over us. It's off to our southwest, but it's still going to be close enough to us. We'll have to keep a very close eye on things as we head through tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Some lingering showers Sunday, then we turn cooler for next week. Temperatures will be chilly Christmas Eve, only high of 40, but back up to 50 by Christmas Day afternoon. The heaviest rain is in the process of gradually moving through the metro area. It should be out of here by about 7:30, 8 o'clock or so, but in the meantime, still some flooding concerns. I'm going to step back to our weather touch screen here and show you the radar. This is our new way of kind of interacting with the radar so we can show you exactly what's going on the fly here. And you can see that heavier rain. There's still another batch of heavy rain that's moving through areas inside of Briley Parkway here. That's where Ann McCloy was just reporting. You could hear the rain just hitting the umbrella there. And it was good to hear from people interviewed who get the importance of not trying to drive through water-covered roadways. A lot of people kind of flash back in these scenarios to what happened in 2010. This is a different scenario. It's too much rain in a very short period of time. That was a lot of rain over the course of about 48 hours. This heaviest rain, it continues to just kind of train along the same territory here over and over again, so following along already saturated ground as it moves on through. I do want to switch perspectives here and show you what has been happening in terms of how much rain has fallen and give you an estimate of how much rain has fallen, especially around the Bordeaux neighborhood, showing estimates of about 6 inches of rain there. Another spot here along I-24 of more than 5 inches of rain just north of Bradley Parkway, 6.5 inches of rain, maybe a little bit more than that. I just tweeted a picture of what's been happening near Dry Creek, where there is a flood advisory in Goodlettsville, one of the areas that has seen some of that heavier rain across the area. Back to the regular radar view here of what is happening. Let's switch back over to the regular radar view that you kind of get typically used to seeing here. That heaviest rain moving through, but one more batch of heavy rain moving through areas that have already seen a lot of it. Back to the bigger perspective, and there's more rain in northeastern middle Tennessee, and this heaviest rain is on its way to you. Not a whole lot happening out to our west, so that's good news. The atmosphere is going to dry out a little bit as we head through the rest of the morning in the metro area at least. I want to show you the 7-day forecast because, of course, a lot of people are concerned about the weekend, and a lot of you aren't getting rain this morning. So if you're not getting rain right now, well, you're going to see the chance for more thunderstorms moving in later on today, and that's a potential problem as well. We'll be on the lookout for more flooding problems as we head through the rest of the day, but for this morning, it is messy out there.